Hi, welcome to the workshop, How to Make Smarter Money Decisions so you can build a cash-rich business. I'm Rashida, and I help small business CEOs increase revenue and maximize profit without adding complexity or unnecessary expenses. So we will be covering how to shift towards a cash-rich business with a strong bank balance, how to get clarity, confidence, and control over your finances while reducing stress, how to set up a winning money review system, the 5-step process to review and grow your money. And of course, it would not be one of my workshops if I did not have some resources and materials for you. So we will go over the weekly money review template, and this makes performing your money reviews and tracking your progress faster and easier. This workshop is all about making smarter money decisions, breaking the cycles of cash shortages, and building a business that always has money in the bank. 82% of small businesses fail due to poor cash flow management or a poor understanding of cash flow. And 60% of small business owners report cash flow issues. So cash flow is a major issue. And it doesn't matter how much revenue or even profit you have. And you, people who know me, I am a profit girl. How much cash you have in your business matters because you need cash to pay for things, to pay your employees, to pay yourself, to pay your vendors, to invest so you can grow, to buy inventory, to buy the latest software, whatever you need it, you need cash for that. So this is extremely important. And I have seen multi-6-figure, 7-figure business struggle with cash where even CEOs are not paying themselves. So this is a very, very important topic. This workshop is designed to help you not become a statistic. So we're going to do that by becoming a cash-rich business. And what I mean by that is a business that always has a strong bank balance, not just revenue, not just profit, not just numbers on an income statement, but actual money sitting in the bank. A business that never feels cash strapped. They feel like they can cover their expenses, their payroll, and their investments without stress. And one that has financial breathing room. There's enough cash on hand. There's enough cash saved in your cash reserve to make decisions confidently without scrambling for short-term sales or for funding. So these are the 3 main components of a cash-rich business. This is something I want you to keep in your mind as we go through this workshop. What you focus on grows. And as a CEO, I know you want your income, both in your business and in your personal life, to grow. And so much of time is focused on lead generation, customer acquisition, income statements, all these things. But how much time are you really spending with your money, with your cash? How often do you check your bank account? How often do you know what's coming in, what is going out? How much time are you focusing on your cash and making cash decisions, not income producing decisions, not profitability decisions, not day-to-day operations and client satisfaction decisions, but really sitting with your cash and actually being proactive is focusing on your cash. So we are going to start doing that by implementing weekly reviews. And when you start weekly reviews, it will not only change how you grow your money, it will change how you view your business and your personal life. A weekly money review is a powerful check-in that gives you clarity, control, and confidence over your finances by identifying patterns, making intentional decisions, and setting goals that align with your business and personal financial growth. It helps you turn financial insight into action so your money works for you in a smarter and profitable way. This isn't just about like crunching numbers or balancing the books or having a budget. It's about taking control, building confidence, and creating a financial future that aligns with your goals and values. Keyword being creating. You are going in there and intentionally deciding how your money will flow, how you will manage it. You are not just letting money come in and money go out and then trying to figure it out on the back end. This will be your opportunity to make intentional money moves that support both your business and your personal financial success. So besides being cash rich, why are money reviews so important? Well, they provide clarity and confidence. So you're no longer guessing where's your money going, where is it coming from? You're not stressed about that. You'll get a very clear picture of your finances so you can make informed decisions with confidence. It creates a space where you are less stressed and have more control. Instead of avoiding, you'll face your finances with clarity, knowing exactly where you stand and what needs to change. Financial anxiety and stress thrives in the unknown. So many CEOs will avoid their bank balance at all costs. They feel like it's a bad, and so they just ignore it. They avoid it until they can't avoid it anymore and the whole house is literally burning down, until they just cannot make payroll anymore, until they cannot pay a vendor and they're calling and calling and calling and threatening to shut off their service or whatever they provide. And as a CEO, your job is to know where your business stands: great, good, bad, or indifferent. And ignoring it does not make it go away. It does not solve it. Bringing in more revenue is not going to just make it go away. You have to face it head on. And this is something I can tell you that I know for a fact. When you have a plan in place, it automatically, immediately reduces your stress and anxiety. So even if you go in there, you look at the bank balance and it's what you thought it would be, it's bad. But once you know that and you put a plan in place to change it, and you see a different future because that plan gives you a different vision, a different future, something to work towards, the anxiety, the stress will immediately decrease. I have seen it over and over and over again in the clients that I work with, because this process puts you back in the driver's seat. It helps you recognize patterns and break bad habits. CEOs are people. Businesses are ran by people. So therefore, people bring their own personal patterns and bad habits into a business, especially a business that do not have the proper systems and controls in place. So you can find yourself or your employees spending emotionally or making money decisions that don't align with your bigger goals. So a lot of times, especially if you're avoiding your money, you're spending out of fear and desperation because you don't have control of it. You may have tons of late fees that you're paying that's costing you a lot of money because you do not have a good expense management. You may have tons of revenue that you need to collect that is just sitting out there because you do not have good collection processes. But you don't know any of this because you're not looking at your bank. You're looking, oh, I made sales, but you're not following up on the bank account to make sure, has that money come in? Did it come on time? You might be looking at, oh, I have this extra profit, so I'm going to go on this business conference, this mastermind with $1 million CEOs. It's going to be great for my business. But you're not looking at, how does it affect my cash balance? Do I have enough cash reserved and money saved just in case? If an emergency come up after this conference, will I be able to take care of it without stressing? And so that is why the review really help you look at those patterns, look at those bad habits, so that you can start making smarter money decisions. It also unlocks opportunities for growth. By reviewing your numbers and setting intentional goals, you open the door for more revenue, smarter investments, and sustainable profits. Again, you are now in the driver's seat. When your mindset is just focused on surviving or fear or just being, whatever, I have money, I'll spend it, it's not being strategic. So you must be strategic to see these opportunities that are all around you. So now you're breaking those bad habits and you're being more strategic. And it helps set goals that excite you. Whether it's increasing sales, improving cash flow, cutting unnecessary expenses, you'll set tangible goals with built-in incentives that keep you motivated. Because making smart money moves should not feel just restrictive. There should be a reward for the hard work. Before we get into the process, there are a few things I want you to set up to make sure this is successful. First, you want to commit the time. This process takes 30 to 45 minutes a week. Especially once you get used to the process, it will take closer to 30 minutes a week. So you want to set the time on your calendar. Make it a recurring meeting and set your status to busy. Think of your money like a client, okay? So you are going to spend time with your client and you are going to make sure every week you show up for that client. And no matter what happens in your business, that is your priority once a week. You can give your money 30 to 45 minutes a week, okay? You also want to have this meeting on Monday, like the beginning of the week, the beginning of the day. So therefore, you can make sure that you have everything you need going into the week. Okay. If you work on Sundays, then you can have the meeting on Sunday as well, if that works better for your schedule, okay? But no later than Monday morning. And make sure you put your devices on Do Not Disturb. And I know this can be hard. This is even hard for me, but I do it. Because as I said at the beginning, what you focus on grows. So if you're just half focusing on your money, then it's going to grow half as much. So your money and really anything that you're working on at that time deserves your undivided focus and attention. So putting your devices on Do Not Disturb, have your money review. Also, you want to be able to easily assess your information. So what you want to do is you want to create a bookmark folder on your desktop, and you're going to save the links to your bank accounts that you need to log into and to the money review template that we are going to go over in a few moments. That way it makes it very easy, very quick. Go on there, click a few buttons, do your review, and watch your money grow. So this is the process for your weekly money review. Step 1, you want to look at your current bank balance. So you want to look at your business checking and savings account and get a clear financial snapshot of how much cash you have today. Step 2 is forecast this week's number. So you want to analyze and look at any income and expenses that are going to be happening this week and identify the sources of the income and the expenses. And you really want to get a general idea of how much money you should have at the end of the week. And again, remember, this is about being proactive, being in the driver's seat. So if you look and you realize, oh, I don't have enough money to cover my expenses, now you start to make smart money moves. What can you do to try to cover those expenses? And it's proactive. You're ahead of the curve. This is not waiting till you get an alert from your bank to say you have insufficient funds and then scrambling. This is being ahead of it and trying to be strategic to correct the actions, to course correct before you get to that point. The first time you do this, especially if you've been struggling with insufficient funds, it's not going to happen in a week. I'm just going to be honest with you, but this is the things in place that before you know it, you will not be stressing about insufficient funds because you're constantly looking ahead. And if you have a good amount of money at the end, you still want to be strategic. You want to be proactive. How do I grow it? You still want to make smart money decisions. So step 3 is to analyze your financial decisions. And you want to evaluate your financial choices, recognize your poor money decisions and your smart money decisions, and understand how to make more smart money decisions and less poor money decisions in the future. And step 4 is identifying money patterns. You want to identify your spending habits. What are your emotional spending triggers? what financial behaviors need adjustments and which ones are actually working for you. And step 5 is to set goals and incentives. You want to set tangible goals with built-in incentives that keep you motivated. So this is the 5-step process of the weekly money review. And now I am going to walk you through how this actually looks when you're performing it. Okay, so this is the weekly money review template. Now it can show as dark or light depending on your Notions or your device setting, but it is the same template. And you will need a Notions account to use this template, but the free one works just fine with no need to upgrade. So you want to make sure that you are logged into your Notions account before you click the template. So if you do not have a Notions account, go ahead and create a free one. So what you want to do is you see this template come up, you go over here and you click duplicate. You will get this dialog and you will add. So you will see it's being added and it is added here. So when it is added, you click on here and this is the weekly money review. Now, this is the page that I recommend bookmarking. You will come here every week to do your review and you will also be able to see it over here as well. So let's go over the review. If you need a refresher, the tutorial can be found right here, but it is very simple to do. So every week you come in and you hover over a new item and you click open. So when you click open, this side page will appear and you click right here. Once you click there, then everything will show up. This is your review and you see now it has something right here. So you want to change this to the start date. So, if a Monday is February 24th, you would put February 24th, money review. And then you will start the review. So we start with step 1, which is review your numbers. So you insert the following into the main table. This here is the main table. So you can always close this by going like that. This is the main table right here. And then you can always open it by going here and this will be here. So you go in and you add your last week revenue, your checking account balance for the day, and your savings account balance for the day. So you add those here, just type them in, and then you check them off as you go through them. That is step 1. Step 2 is about forecasting this week's numbers. So you want to input this week's expected income and expenses and the sources, and then you want to calculate your estimated bank balance at the end of the week. So to do that, you use these tables. So you want to add your income and your source here. And if you need to add a new row, you can hover over here. You can hover the bottom and click the plus sign and it will add a new row. You do the same thing for your expenses and the vendor source. Now, when you're adding your income and expenses, you want to keep these high level categories. Think about the categories on your income statement or when you do your taxes, right? So it could be client revenue. So instead of listing every client, you just say client revenue for the week and they're all as one source. It could be maybe a speaking engagement. It's all as one source. Same thing with your expenses. It could be marketing or it could be, office supplies or travel. So keep it very high level. This is not detailed. This is making sure it's high level because you want to get a big picture view. So after you've done that, you go to step 3, you add your total income, you add your total expenses, you put them here, and then you subtract to get your estimated bank balance. Then you come down here and you answer a couple of questions. What are some ways you can generate more money this week? And what are some ways you can reduce spending? So that is step 2. Step 3 is analyzing your financial decisions. These are really reflective questions that are going to help you start shifting and start making more smart money moves. So really take time to answer them. They can be as short or as long. They can be as short or as long as you want them. It is not the length of the answer. It is the insight. How reflective are you? How do you look at yourself? How do you see yourself grow and what you need to change? How honest are you with yourself? Okay. So take some time to go through and answer these questions to analyze your financial decisions and start helping you make more smart money decisions. So you go to step 4, where we identify money patterns. Again, these are reflective. It is not about how long or how short. It's about how honest, how impactful, and how much it reveals to you. So answer these questions. And I will say, when you first do this, it may take a while to get in that mindset of thinking like this. That's why I have 30 to 45 minutes. But as you do this more and more, it will come faster because you are changing how you think. And you will actually see that you are making way more smart money moves. And so you might not need to reflect as long as you did in the beginning, because at the beginning you was making a lot more poor money decisions. So step 5 is set goals and incentives. So we will start with seeing if we met last week's goal. So in the table, you will answer, did you meet last week's revenue goals? And that is using this right here. So this is a drop down. So you just select yes or no. If so, be sure to reward yourself. If not, reflect on why and what can be done differently this week to ensure you hit it. This is not a time to beat yourself up. No time in this review is a judgmental zone. You will not beat yourself up. You will not live in regret. You will start making smart money decisions. You are using this process to collect data on your bank account and also on yourself and how your business runs. And then use that information to make smart money decisions. Okay. So do not get down on yourself. Do not beat yourself up. Honestly, if you find yourself doing that, pause, take a second, sing a song, shake it out, and then come back to it. Okay. And then we will look at the current week's goals. So insert into the main table this week's revenue goals. So that's right here. And really, this is so you can reference it very quickly and see, what this week goals are without having to open this document and scroll to the bottom. We are going to put that there. And then say, how will you reward yourself if you reach this goal? So then you want to put the review date here. You click on it. It's a drop down and you can select your date of review. So that is how this is done. There is a space for notes if you have any notes or ideas that come up. Also, when you enter certain numbers, you will see them here, right? So any revenue numbers you hit or if you met your goals, you will see that here. So let me show that real quick. So you see it shows up here. So therefore, you can easily reference that here. Also, I want to show you, you can expand here if you want to view a full page, especially when you're working on like some of these, you want a more page, you can see that here. And to get back to your money review, you can click here and it'll take you back to this main page, or you can click here. And when you're ready to add a new week, you go here and you click add new page, and then you do it all over again and you got a new row. So that is how you do the weekly money review, so you can start making smart money decisions and have a cash-rich business. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the workshop. Thank you so much for watching. You can scan the QR code here to get the weekly money review template and to learn more about how you can work with me if you are ready to make more money, more revenue, more cash, more profits. Or you can visit the URL thecurveangle.com/YT. Until next time, bye.